Millions across the globe are feeling the effects of the coronavirus outbreak. The stock market has plummeted, store shelves are often bare of essential items, large events like the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas have been canceled entirely. But some effects are less apparent. Here are a few ways the coronavirus outbreak might affect us in the months to come, specifically in the world of technology.
Good day everyone. In this video, we will be tackling about the issues affecting IT during this pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to an inevitable surge in the use of digital technologies due to the social distancing norms and nationwide lockdowns. People and organizations all over the world have had to adjust to new ways of work and life. We explore possible scenarios of the digital surge and the research issues that arise. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused drastic changes in many industries, and information technology industry is the major among them. The negative impacts during this situation are more compared to positive effects. So, here are some issues that affects information technology during this pandemic. Let's begin.
Online fraud. Along with the surge in the use of digital technologies, we are now witnessing a rise in online fraud, scams, intrusions, and security breaches. The pandemic has created a scenario of insecurity that is inviting fraudsters to exploit the crisis situation by extracting money or information or by creating vulnerabilities. Many users are beginning to rely on digital resources extensively, some for the first time, and are becoming targets for the fraud and scams. Organizations and governments are aware of this threat and are taking countermeasures. For instance, some governments took a strong stand against Zoom sessions for education, forcing the platform's provider to upgrade security. It is likely that these scams and frauds will increase in intensity after the pandemic. Organizations will implement massive security arrangements, along with extensive information campaigns by government departments. Security innovations and firms that offer security services will arise. Research will likely focus on managing security, assess the causes of breaches, and the economic and social loss from them.
So, the effect of lockdown on IT sector. The significant weaknesses the IT industry is facing now is due to the fall in the economy, as a lot of companies are forced to ask their employees to work from home remotely, keeping in the account of the public health concerns. Due to this, there is a massive loss in opportunity for many companies who have international dealers. For example, Apple Corporation is estimated to have at least 10% fall in its shares because of the lack of availability of iPhones in the market. The parts that are required to build the iPhones are supposed to come from China, and it is facing a major lockdown.
The spread of this deadly virus has caused a lot of tech conferences to get cancelled, which could have been a great partnership opportunity for many companies to expand their horizons. A few of the meetings were shifted to teleconferences, but this won't have the same reach, and the conference attendees will not be able to have the networking opportunity as they would be attending the actual conference. Due to the cancellation of these major tech conferences, there is an estimated loss of $1 billion.
Fake news and phishing during COVID-19. What is fake news? Fake news is an inaccurate, sometimes sensationalistic report that is created to gain attention, mislead, deceive, or damage the reputation. Unlike misinformation, which is inaccurate because reporter has confused facts. Fake news is created with the intent to manipulate someone or something. Sometimes fake stories, fake news or appear to be news, spread on the internet or using other media, social media, usually created to influence political view, sometimes a joke. Misinformation, fake news is now spreading like a wildfire nowadays that make people more scared and terrified about the pandemic. That may result of a psychological disorder like anxiety and make people depressed. Since the beginning of pandemic, like COVID-19, we have seen parallel breaks of disinformation and misinformation about the virus raging the fake from fake coronavirus cures. Fake claims and harmful health advice. Toward conspiracy theories, disinformation can be turned speed up at the speed the virus hinder effective public health responses, as well as created confusion, fear, and distress to the people. Fake news internet. In this bar graph, it shows the reported or black account in Facebook, Gmail, and Twitter. In Facebook reported nearly 50 million species of content related to COVID-19 had a pledge in April with warning label for disinformation, while Twitter challenged more than 1.5 million Twitter users spreading fake information and displaying the manipulative behaviors. During the same month, close to 18 million scam emails about the coronavirus is being blocked by Google on Gmail. What is phishing? Phishing is a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information of data such as usernames, passwords, and credit card details by disguising oneself as a trustworthy entity of an electronic communication. Phishing is being listed by Philippine authorities as the top cybercrime being committed in the country during the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by online selling scam and the spread of fake news. But phishing schemes where the scammer hijacked the identity of a trusted person or institution in order to gain access to a personal data. Phishing scams attempt to take advantage of the perceived lack of digital literacy in the country by sending emails, calls, and text messages from false or stolen identities in order to convince the victim to click the fraudulent links or otherwise divulge personal information somehow, including data such as password, usernames, bank account information, and other confidential data. Numbers of phishing incidents in the Philippines in 2019 by region. In this graph, it shows the numbers of incidents related to the phishing. It shows the largest and the smallest. The largest is the NCR, and the next is the Region 3, then Region 4A, then Region 11, then Region 7, Region 5, Region 2, and the smallest is the Region 12. Phishing attempts in the country surged by 158% in the first quarter of 2020 as business embraced remote work schemes amid the coronavirus onslaught, a cybersecurity firm said. Fraudulent emails is blocked in the Philippines reached on 76,478 in the first quarter of the year, more than double the 29,677 it recorded year earlier from 2019. So, according to Kaspersky, small or medium-sized business or SMBS were the target of the cyber criminals taking advanced or remote working implemented amid Philippines. Phishing targets are reached by email, telephone, or text messages by entities posting a legitimate institution. Victim are lured into giving out sensitive data such as their bank and credit card details and password, like what I said earlier. Phishing and online selling scam are punishable under RA 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Online misinformation is penalized by RA 11649 or Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. Earlier, the DOJ OCC reported a nearly 270% increase in numbers of report online sexual exploitation of children using 3-month quarantine period implemented by national government to slow down the spread of novel coronavirus. The DOJ urged the country's internet service provider or ISPs to comply the mandatory installation of programs or software that could block access to or transmittal of any form of child pornography under RA 9755 or Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009. According to Guevara, it is expected during the pandemic where the direct personal interaction are reduced, more crimes will be committed in the cyberspace. It is therefore imperative that law that enforce agencies beef up their cybercrime units, upgrade their technologies, and enhance their investigative capabilities. The PNP suggests the following safety measures: regular updating the software, enable the system firewall during using different or strong passwords, using antivirus or anti-malware software, active one email or anti-spam blocking feature, encrypt local hard disks and emails, and always monitor the online activities of your children.